We've got Tuhin Sinha also joining us. Tuhin, namaste. Erstwhile Bihari, now Jharkhandi. That's how it is. But it's a phenomenal victory. I just want
बड़का जीत बा
बहुत बड़का जीत बा
बड़का जीत बा
पर ये कैसे हुआ ये तो बताइए, बुझाइए।
रवा के बधाई बा और पूरे राज्य को बधाई. But you know, Anand, I have been predicting this for a long time because pro-incumbency is a reality which a section of the media and a section of the opposition refuses to accept. Number one. Number two, you know, there is a silent anger which has been brewing against the negative politics of RJD and Congress party. You know, every time, this time, obviously, they started their Rona Dhona 3 months before the election. This is not what the youth of Bihar wants. They don't want cribbers. They don't want people who are escapists. So the youth of Bihar very clearly aligns with the development policy, the development vision of Prime Minister Modi. Our my factor, which is Mahila and Yuva, has prevailed over their cliched and outdated my factor. This was a reality which, you know, everybody who was there on the ground knew. There was a certain boredom during these elections, and that boredom was that the other side was just not exciting enough. People had made up their minds in the last few months, and that is why Rahul Gandhi disappeared. Post-September, he attended barely 2 or 3 rallies. He was there only for 2 or 3 days. So even they knew about it.
Did it? Because, you know, there was a little bit, his tone was a little off, Tejasvi Yadav this morning. The whole talk about don't try and, you know, trying to mobilize cadre, 20,000 people, etc. These are all things which point to a direction where people feel that, oh, things are not all right. Is everything okay? Just quickly looking at some of the key race alerts, viewers, Tuhin, please stay on with us, and also our studio guests, just asking them to weigh in on some of these key race alerts, even as we put out some of the factors on what has driven the NDA landslide. We'll come to this also in a bit, but just quickly getting a sense of how are the key candidates and how well or how badly are they doing. Let's quickly have a look, if we can have that, and I'll read off the screen itself on our screens. Samrat Chaudhary, the sitting Deputy Chief Minister, he's on the lead. But both Tej Pratap and Tejasvi are trailing from Raghopur. There are celebrations happening. Rangoli is being drawn. Nothing was done premature. Everything is happening even as the results are settling in. Multiple rounds of counting. It's only inching towards in favor of 3 or 4 seats up and down. It's oscillating between 194 seats to 200 seats. Can we have the key race alerts, please, here on the screen itself? All right. Okay. We'll try and come to that. But Tejasvi Yadav to trail from Raghopur, that should be a huge surprise. Did anybody see that this was not a anti-incumbency sentiment, but an anti-opposition sentiment, massive pro-incumbency sentiment, Rashid Kidwai? ये तो बहुत ज़्यादा लंबा 6 हो गया.
Yes, I am reminded of a share of Diwakar Rahi. Says, अब इतनी भी मैसर नहीं मैं खाने में जितनी छोड़ दिया करते थे हम पैमाने में. So this is, it's a very actually sad reflection of the kind of, you know, campaign that the opposition led. And also on a more serious note, as a Democrat, Anand, we must look at this also. This is not a very healthy phenomena, though at this hour of triumph we should not you know, try to belittle the kind of achievement that NDA has achieved. But this 80-90% success rate, strike rate in a democratic polity is not something that is very healthy, or, you know, is going to create in a time to come, it will create a lot of problems.
Tuhin Sinha respond, it's not healthy.
Yes, yes.
आप कैसे 90% strike rate? How can you have? How can JDU have 70-80% strike rate? It's not good.
It is.
Rashid is saying voters doing a mistake.
It is.
No, I'm not saying voters. Please don't words in my mouth.
It is extremely. No, Anand, I completely agree. It is extremely unhealthy for the opposition. The opposition is on ICU. But let me point out something. You know, something more serious over here, something, you know, and I think that should be, instead of getting drawn into opposition cribs and opposition cries. You know, this time there was a direct correlation. You can also verify that data. I have just come across some data. There was a direct correlation between Prime Minister Modi's rallies and the increase in turnout in those districts. Let me give you some figures. Samastipur had a Prime Minister Modi rally. The voting percentage went up to 71.74%. Begusarai 69.87%. Muzaffarpur 71.81%. Chhapra 64%. Katihar 79.10%. So after 20 years of NDA rule in Bihar and 11 years at the center, if people of Bihar are still aligned, are still aligned with a development vision, that shows that they are habituated to a certain governance style which the other side cannot offer. And I am very surprised, Rashid bhai, I know Rashid for a long time. He should not make these statements that this is unhealthy. Of course it is unhealthy for RJD, it is unhealthy for Congress party because they are in ICU now, and if they don't change their ways, they will perish.
No, but
so it's a wake-up call for them. But for the people of Bihar, they could not be anything better than these results.
Let's separate the